Hello everybody and welcome to another one of our leadership training videos. Now in these videos what I do is over a few minutes I explain to you through my own personal experience what I believe are the traits, qualities and skills to help you to become a better leader, a more effective leader, a more successful leader, or if you're not a leader, just to understand what the steps are, the building blocks that you will need in order for you to become even more effective. Now you could be a learner, you could be an experienced individual, you could be an entrepreneur. You just could be a family member or whatever role you have in life where you feel you just need to know more about how to lead other people and gather them in, motivate them, inspire them and move them on. So my name is Chris Igwe. I have over 35 years experience leading, training and developing teams across Europe, Middle East and Africa, but primarily 5 major European markets. Now what I want to do is to help you through my own process and my own journey understand what those skills are that you might need. Now please feel free to like, comment, share and of course subscribe to the channel so you know when other videos are becoming available. So let's get into it. Let's start out with today's topic, which is what I'm calling here the power of 6. I'll tell you what I mean by the power of 6, but the subtitle I guess is how to organize yourself. Now this is one of the big challenges of being a leader, is how do you structure yourself, how do you organize yourself, how do you plan? Because remember, you are there to lead others and your motivation has to be, how can I lead people in an efficient and organized manner? So this is what has helped me over my own life, that I'm going to share with you. But before we get into it, I guess the first question is, you might say, well, great, power of 6, power of whatever, does that really matter? So why bother? Well, why bother about it? Because firstly, as I said, it's about giving you structure. In creating structure, you create harmony, you create control, you have an idea where you're going. It also allows you to have discipline. Discipline for yourself and discipline for the way in which you approach something and the way you execute it for the right sort of outcome. Very important, of course, is focus. This also helps you to focus in a very narrow way to achieve whatever the success is that you want. And perhaps most importantly, which is why I call it the power of 6, is to help you prioritize. And I'll show you at the end exactly what I mean. So how do you prioritize? How do you create that structure, discipline, and focus? Because if you don't do it, it's going to hold you back. Then of course the extension of that is, what are the benefits? Well, there are many, many benefits, of course, but I've just taken a few here. Again, as I often do in these videos, I ask you to search for yourself, explore to understand better what it is that something is going to help to contribute to you. So the benefits here are, for example, you want to be in control. You want to be in control. As the leader, you are controlling whatever it is that you are doing as you lead the team. It also means that you're not easily distracted. It's very easy. I'm sure as you hear this, you're thinking to yourself, you might even be thinking of switching off or moving somewhere else or doing something. It's very easy to get distracted. Now, of course, if it's distraction in a structured manner, that's okay, but that's different. It creates a roadmap for you. So the idea of this is really a framework, and then this is the journey that you're going to be taking. So what is that roadmap that you are creating? Equally importantly, it helps you see the outcome or outcomes of what it is you're doing. Because the more that we can see the outcome or the goals or the objectives being achieved, the easier in a sense that it becomes. And then of course, hopefully as it does me, it energizes you, it gives you power, it gives you energy, it gives you authority, it gives you control. So those are the benefits. There are many more that we could add. So how do I go about doing it and how can you do it? And by the way, please feel free to build on it, develop it. For me, I'm all about simplicity, making things as simple as possible, but as structured as possible, because that's how you get to the other side. So I look at what I call the 6 most important things to do, which I list out. So it's a list of what are the 6 most important things to do, basically today, this week, this month, and this quarter. Now, inevitably here, you can decide whether you want it the next 6 months, the next year. You could expand that. You may want to go out 3 years as well, but that's more of a strategic plan. This is something which I want to use, and I've used in a way in which it helps me not to get bogged down or carry too much weight with me. The idea is to lift the weight, to make it easier. So what are the 6 things I need to do today, this week, this month, and this quarter? And of course, when you look at the week is going to change. So if it's Monday, you've got your project and plans and list for Monday, then you do Tuesday, then you do Wednesday. But the idea of the week is that by the end of the week, by the Friday evening, you would have achieved what it is that you set out to achieve. That's the point. So in a sense, the day clearly is a moving target. Each day there's something different. Maybe you have specific targets, objectives, meetings that you do on a weekly basis that become monthly. But this is the thing, is really just make it as simple as you can in terms of how you manage and control the situation. So you look at the 6 most important. I mean, you may say, why not 7? Why not 8? Why not 3? That's entirely up to you. I think on the one hand, the more you do, or the more you have on your list, the more complex it becomes, and I'll show you in the example at the end. If you have less, then for reasons I'll show you, it may be that those 3 or 4 that you do might be way too heavy for you to carry, because you've got to spread it out. There's the tough and there's the less challenging, if you like, that you need to do in terms of those things. So for me anyway, 6 most important things. So like I said, here's the example. So going from 1 to 6, as I showed you before, and this could be the day, whether it's the week, the month, doesn't matter. The principle is the same. So what I was saying is the first one is essentially the biggest piece of the pie, as it were. That's the biggest thing that you want to do or you have to do that day. So you've listed it out. I've just given you an idea. Again, if you're a leader or you're managing your own business or something, you may want to prepare a report. You may be needing to do a pitch for a new client or prospective client or opportunity. You may have to do a presentation to someone, to some group, maybe internal, maybe external. We know, you and I know, that this takes time, energy. You've got to think of all the different parameters, which is why I put it at the first one. What are the things that you need to bring together? So you're going to have to work your mind, your body, look at different documents perhaps, put something together, sketch things out. This is a much bigger piece than the rest, as you'll see in a minute. The next one down is maybe you want to review or analyze a document. So a document that's already prepared, maybe someone in your department, maybe it's a report that you need to read to help put into here, or maybe it doesn't, because you may not want to put it in there, it would be different. But it's something that's in a sense got the information there, but you have to spend time reviewing it because it's an important enough document, and then maybe there are some outcomes that come from this. It could be, another example, you prepare a job description. As the leader, CEO, head of department, head of region, you're making an important hire. What should that job description look like? You're going to need to take time to think about it. Maybe you'll work with HR, connect with them, but initially you'll be looking at this as, what does that role involve? What is the function? What are the key deliverables? What kind of profile are you looking at? Which is why I put it in there, because job descriptions are really, really important in the hiring process. It may be then the next one, you have to assess the performance of your team. Maybe you're coming up to the end of the quarter. You're going to do a board report or to shareholders or whatever. It may not be the most important thing because it's something you do on a regular basis, but you will want to assess the team's performance. What does it look like? What are the benchmarks? What went wrong? What worked well? All those kind of things. And then, of course, inevitably, life is what it is. You have to review emails. Goes without saying what that would involve. And then you also have to make phone calls. Now you can see what I've done here is to take the really big chunks, put them at the top, and then start to work down. Why? Because if you start here by making phone calls or reading your emails, assuming the emails don't link into any of these, which is different, so they're very focused and specific emails. So you do a search of your emails, link to prepare a report or presentation, you can review those. Those are okay. What I'm saying here in both of these is where we as human beings, we come in, we're in the office or wherever, and we want to review emails because that's kind of fun. It's easier to do. Who's written to me? What have they written about? Yeah, I can do a quick response to that. These are easier things. If you imagine putting these up here, this would take maybe longer than you expect. So instead of taking half an hour for emails, you might take an hour and a half. You get on the phone, you make some phone calls. perhaps the people you enjoy talking to or you want to talk to, it's very unlikely that you're going to talk to a client who is very irate and angry at you. If it is, and that phone call is really important strategically, it comes up here. But the point I'm making here is it should go down this way. Focus on these, get these done in this order, and then you get to these, and these are kind of the fun stuff at the end of the day. So that's basically the list. So these are the 6 most important things to do. And then in summary, the reason is that first of all, your energy is maximized, which is why equally when you're doing that from the list top down, do it in the morning if that's when you're most focused and you're most energized. That is when you are at your fullest capacity, and that is when you should do. That is why we do it that way. The difficult ones first, come in the morning, you're ready to get going, start to work on that. So your energy must be at maximum. See the task completed as well. So when you look at that list, you go, I want to see number 1 done. I want to be able to tick that, or give myself a pat, or go for a quick walk, whatever you want to do. So see the task completed, because that's very important for you in terms of getting your energy. And then just stay focused and disciplined. At the end of the day, that is the key to getting that list done. So whether you do 6 of the most important things, or you do 3 and you don't quite succeed with the 6, don't beat yourself up about it. It's not a race. It's not a race to get it all done. It's more about getting it done in a manner that is efficient, that allows you to be successful. And it also just controls the way in which you do things, which means that you avoid the distractions as well. So you either stay in a closed environment, or you work from home, or whatever it is to get that first one done. You want to be in an environment where you know, I have to get this done by the end of the day. That's the objective. That's why it's for today. So you get those 6 things done in the day, the week, the month, the quarter, or whatever it is. So I hope that has helped you. Use it in whatever way or form or shape that you wish. But the idea is really just to encourage you on your own journey and help take away a little bit of the stress that maybe is surrounding you when you look at things that you have to do. So I hope this has resonated for you. If it has, please feel free to like, share, comment. And as I said, subscribe to the channel so you know when other videos are becoming available. And until the next time, thank you.